This is the third Pearl of Africa Summer Leadership School, organized by Mastercard Foundation Scholars Program at Makerere University, in partnership with the Private Sector Foundation, Uganda.
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. I must say I'm excited to be here. I teach at MOOBS. I also head the Entrepreneurship Innovation and Incubation Center. So, I'll be talking about entrepreneurship and intrapreneurship. In this session, we want to learn about entrepreneurship, what is entrepreneurship, what is intrapreneurship. By the end of the session, we will have defined entrepreneurship and an entrepreneur. We will have identified our abilities. I intend that out of this session, we get out having explored what we are able to do, what are our talents, what are our skills, what is our passion that can enable us become an entrepreneur. And also, we are going to define intrapreneurship and also how we can become intrapreneurs. Interesting. Why is it important for you? You need to identify and evaluate business opportunities as a basis for becoming an entrepreneur. But also, in terms of intrapreneurship, you want to be different from other people when you go to work. We shall discuss. And how are we going to do this? We are going to discuss. We're going to share experiences. So, for me, it is about big dreams and everything. And before we go in the detail, I want to find out from you, what is entrepreneurship? You must have heard about this.
Okay, for me, I understand entrepreneurship from the word entrepreneur, which means someone who starts up a business.
For me, entrepreneurship is a combination of activities that are geared towards creating value in the market with an aim of getting a reward. This can be a profit, a monetary reward, or a non-monetary reward. Thank you.
Wow. Please clap for yourselves. So, I have a couple of pictures here. How entrepreneurship is exhibited in Uganda. They are doing business in the market. I see a makeup artist somewhere, a lady running a salon, a young man fabricating, gentleman said, I love fish, selling fish, a lady in the market. A lot of our entrepreneurs are running business in markets. Markets in Uganda give opportunity to people to start small, to start with what they have. What is entrepreneurship? It is a process. You start with an idea, you work on it as we shall see, you mobilize resources, you identify an opportunity, you exploit the opportunity, you create value. What opportunities exist in your area? We shall discuss the detail, but listen to this, even more important. It is risk-taking. It means that you mobilize resources, you take action, you venture into the unknown, you are not certain, you don't know how things are going to work out, but because you are confident, because you are ambitious, you persevere, because you're resilient, then you go ahead, mobilize these resources, start an enterprise, and grow the business. So I also came up with a few pictures. Whom do you relate with and why in that slide?
My name is Adoch Maureen. The person I can relate with is a surfboard.
Why?
It's because I use it every day.
You use it?
Yes.
How has surfboarder made your life easy?
They are cheap. From town to Boyogere, it's 5,000.
What value are they creating?
I think they have improved the transport system and they have protected their consumers. For example, giving you an helmet.
So they make you feel like you're safe on a border.
Yes.
And let me confess, please don't laugh at me. I've not done border since 2008. I had 2 nasty accidents on border. Now, this guy comes and says, no, you know what? You can be safe. You can be safe. What is the problem? Accidents, people don't feel safe. And we also know that some of these borders engage themselves in crime, but these people have a company that gives assurance to the public. What have they done? They have identified the problem, they've exploited the opportunity, and they've created economic value, even social value, because they're keeping us safe and alive, isn't it? So thank you very much. I want to hear from other people. Which person do you relate with there?
Thank you so much. My name is Anna Ashaba. I did a Bachelor of Arts with Education, English and Literature. The person I relate with most is Mark Zuckerberg, the CEO and founder of Facebook. Why I identify so much with him is that it is through his platform that I've been able to grow my brand as a writer.
Wow. She has used Facebook to write, and she can actually grow herself just like that, as we shall see, depending on the opportunity that she continues to see. And before we know it, we have an entrepreneur. So, congratulations and thank you. Very quickly, because of time, we have Steve Jobs. How many people have an iPhone here? iPhone, MacBook, iPad. Steve Jobs, one of the greatest innovators of all times. Very creative. Our own Professor James Mulwana, the late, the guy who stood up against all obstacles to become Uganda's top manufacturer, industrialist, and who has actually changed lives here in Uganda. And Bill Gates, of course. I have had people who have done computer science have been told he makes what the computers breathe. Many people have a computer. Aga Sekalala Yugachik. I remember when we were growing up, we always relied on the local chickens. If a guest came, you had to chase after it. But the guy says, no, you can actually have chicken in large numbers. And then Prudence Wukonika, Bella Wine. Very amazing story. And then Richard Branson, you know him? Portfolio entrepreneur. I want you to go and read about these people. If you do not know them, read about them. But my question there is, who is an entrepreneur? Each one of them is doing something different, but we are calling them entrepreneurs. Who is an entrepreneur? The entrepreneur is the individual who identifies and exploits opportunities, engages in continuous innovation, adaptation, and learning. They act boldly, and they're not limited by resources. Each one of you has resources, but we think that resources is cash, money. We shall talk about that. Entrepreneurs are comfortable with change. If COVID came and you said, oh my God, I'm doomed, I'm out, you're not an entrepreneur. Well, maybe you are, but we have a continuum, as we shall be seeing. So today I want us to talk about an attitude. It is just the way we think. Just imagine, we live in the same community. People start businesses and others are not starting businesses. Why? Because of the way we think about what we see. It is the way we see the world around us. It is also the way we do things. You realize that entrepreneurs think completely differently. And for me, attitude is very important because to me, attitude is a little thing but makes a very big difference. It is just how we think. If you think you can do something, then you are going to do it. If you think you can't do something, then you won't be able to do it. And a bad attitude is like a flat tire. If you don't change it, you will never go anywhere. And attitude changes everything, and there is nothing either good or bad, but it's just how we think that makes it either good or bad. Attitude is a magnet. What you think is what you attract. So are you the kind that has a growth mindset or a fixed mindset? People that have a growth mindset simply look at failure as an opportunity to grow. They do not think challenges pull them back, but instead challenges help them to grow, and they like to try new things. But for the fixed mindset, failure is the limit of my abilities. I can't do it. I'm either good or I'm not good at it. For me, I want to encourage you to check your mindset. What kind of mindset do you have today as you finish school? You already have a skill that can be your initial resource as you explore the work world. So the entrepreneurial attitude is about being obsessed with opportunity. It is about seeing opportunity all the time. What can I do today? And also, it is a condition of discomfort with what exists. You should not be comfortable. When you are an entrepreneur, you keep looking at what difference can I make? And it's an ambition to achieve, a drive to be better and better and better and doing something new. Think about yourself. What is that thing that you do better than anyone else? What is the skill? What is the talent, as we are going to see going ahead? I thought about the pros and cons of becoming an entrepreneur. I don't want to go in the detail. Simply, I'm saying, when I become an entrepreneur, what are the advantages? And when I become an entrepreneur, what are those things that would make life hard for me? And today I want to talk about a business opportunity for us here in this room, because I believe we are all thinking, so now, what opportunity am I going to exploit? And the opportunity is a consumer need or want that can potentially be met by a new business. My daughter is now a second year at MOOBS, and I remember when she started school, those were the days when I used to sleep a lot. I never wanted to wake up really early in the morning. So in this school where I took her, there was a teacher. The teacher used to live where we used to live, along Gayaza Road, and this gentleman realized that, first of all, as a parent, it was so hard for me to wake up in the morning, but then also in the evenings, I used to work until late. So this guy said, I have a car, I can actually get some parents to give me some kids. I go with them in the morning, and then in the evening, I would help the parents, relieve them of the burden, and take them back home. I remember those were the days when the transport services started in these schools, primary schools. So there was a need, there was a want, and this guy said, let me start a business. Eventually, this guy resigned his job as a teacher in the school. He started with one van, they then bought another and another, because many parents signed on, and he started the business. The need is something that people require in order to survive: water, food, clothing, shelter, etc., many. But also, a want is a product or service that people strongly desire. But what is an opportunity? An opportunity is an idea that meets a consumer need or want, and people can actually pay for it. It's not enough for you to say people need this. If they're not going to pay for it, it's simply an idea and not a business opportunity. So when we talk about opportunity identification, I want us to discover a chance to meet a market need, and also we must be able to do so creatively and think about how we are going to combine resources to deliver value. I said an idea is not necessarily an opportunity. It has to be attractive to customers. It must work in the business environment. It must be executed within a given period of time, because when you take too long simply thinking about it and not doing anything about it, then it is not going to be an opportunity for you. But also, you must have resources and skills to create the business that you want, or you know someone does. And these are the 6 roots of entrepreneurial opportunity, ladies and gentlemen. Each one of us at some point is going to discover what kind of problems do we have. And also, change also brings opportunity. By the way, yesterday I was reading, I don't know if you know the company called Revlon. It's a cosmetics company back in the US. Revlon filed for bankruptcy because during COVID-19, people stopped buying lipstick. They were wearing masks. Okay? Where did the value move? The value moved from the companies that were making cosmetics to the companies that were making masks. So, what am I saying? Change is a cause of entrepreneurial opportunity. For instance, I'll tell you that I teach my classes online. Okay? What does it mean for the guys who sell computers? What does it mean for the guys who sell internet? What does it mean for everybody in that industry now that we know technology is driving what we're doing because of COVID-19? And also, we have unique knowledge. Each one of us in this room is different. There is an artist. There is a social scientist. That unique knowledge alone is going to take you to a place, a special place, that will make you an expert, that will make you an entrepreneur, especially if you see the change that you want to create. Inventions and technological advancements have also created opportunities. So next. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to ask each one of you in your notebook to write down your strengths. You're going to write down your skills, your interests or hobbies, and your talents. if at all?
Yeah, my name is Lucy Mjawamaria. I've graduated with a bachelor degree in nursing. For me, my strength, if I decide to do something, I make sure this thing is done on time and very well. My interest is becoming the best health professional in Rwanda. I come from Rwanda. And my skills, I can do better with team, so I have interpersonal skill, even communication. In that field, I feel like I can also start a clinic, and I operate it very well.
Okay, she can start a clinic. She's a nurse. She has interpersonal skills. She's also very determined. When she decides to do something, she's going to follow through. Very interesting. Can we hear from other people?
My name is Gumosha Beshalon. My strength, I'm so hardworking. I know when I'm about to do something, I really do it. Another one is I'm so hard to break. I'm so flexible if it means doing work, most especially agricultural things. I'm so flexible, I can do it. The skills, I have communication skills, problem solving, team building. Then my interests are normally, actually my best interest is in agriculture. Yeah, I love serving humanity. That is also my interest. And about the business, actually, as I said, my best interest is in agriculture. I'm planning to do some modern dairy farming.
Okay, thank you for that. So, ladies and gentlemen, what we have done is to get to understand ourselves better by writing down the strengths, the interests, the skills, the hobbies, talents, but most important, relating those to a business we can start. But remember, we need to start a business by addressing a problem or by exploiting technology or change. And next, the other thing I want you to do out of this room is to list the underemployed resources that you have in your home. What are those resources and how are you going to use them? How are you going to use them to exploit the business opportunity that you have identified? This is also very important. We need to always exploit our social resources. When we talk about resources, we are not only talking about money, because many people tell me, I don't have money to start a business. We can actually use social resources. And here, I'm asking you to identify the people that you know in your network, and how can they help you with the idea that you just thought about this afternoon. Your strengths, hobbies, unique abilities are your most precious assets, and the social networks and the good relations, they will help you to go ahead and start this business that you're thinking about. And I want to give you an assignment as we leave this place. I want you to go and talk to one of your closest friends or relative that you trust and ask them, what do you think are my strengths? And write them down and compare them with the ones that you just wrote down this afternoon. There is something I want us to, this is an exercise I want us to do. Please draw these 3 dots in your notebook. And please connect them using 3 straight lines. You can join the dots in as many ways as you can. And I would like 2 other people to come and share with us how they've done that. We said 3 lines joining the 3 dots. These shapes are similar, and I want to appreciate all of you. Thank you very much. These shapes are similar, and this is different, and each one of them is okay. This is about how we see things. Please come back down, and thank you very much. I want you to see what I have over there. That is the normal way. But we are saying, as entrepreneurs, we can actually do things in a different way. Remember, we talked about finding problems, and here we are emphasizing that when we go out in the market, we want to be different. Now, I want you to ask yourself these questions. If you are a foreigner in Uganda, what do you need? There is a business there. If you are a baby, what do you need? There is a business. If you're an old man, what do you need? If you're a street kid, what do you need? If you're a fish, what do you need? If you're living on the moon, what do you need? What does this help you? It helps you to think imaginatively and think differently for whichever idea you are thinking you want to go out and exploit. I am actually telling you, ladies and gentlemen, always think out of the box. As we leave this room, whichever business you want to start, do not be like other people. Be different. Avoid what we call me too business ideas. When you go to the market, join the dots differently. So creative businesses being run in Uganda, what are those businesses in Uganda that think outside the box?
One business that is the owner thought out of the box is Surfboard.
Fat Boy. When he was fired from Sanyu, he started an online radio.
Fat Boy started an online radio. He had been on radio, he had experience, he had passion. Ladies and gentlemen, entrepreneurship is a process, it's a journey. You need to go slow, and eventually you're able to create the change. Okay, so we talked about problem solving, and I'm saying see problems as opportunities. I would like to close the subject of entrepreneurship. Remember, my session is entrepreneurship and intrapreneurship. An entrepreneur is when somebody acts like an entrepreneur, but within an established company. Let me give you an example. Most of the times when you go to the private sector, such people create new businesses. They either create new products or new services. So today when you see MTN Uganda is shining, they're bringing you Momo, they're bringing you all these things. There are people within MTN Uganda that are helping to generate these ideas. These people are behaving like entrepreneurs, but they're working within an organization. And sometimes, when their ideas are very successful, the organizations create a new section or department or a new company outside the organization. Today, when we are hiring young people, we want to hear what they are going to bring to the business. We are looking for intrapreneurs. Intrapreneurs are entrepreneurs. They look for opportunities. They are creative. They join the dots differently, not the normal way, and they create value. But the difference is entrepreneurs are game changers. They create new products and services. They have more freedom. They may work without resources, and their main challenge is the market. But when you're an entrepreneur and you're working within an organization, you create value, but you do not have a lot of risk in executing your idea because the management is there to support you. You use companies' resources, but your only main challenge is going to be the culture. You see, when as a young person, you may go to an organization and people will begin to tell you, hey, so you think you're the first one to be here. Don't worry about that. That is culture, and you'll not bury yourself in that, and I'll give you the tips on how to go about that. So, we are saying an entrepreneur is somebody like you who works in a large organization, but you take risk within that organization, you are creative, and you are responsible for converting an idea into a product or a service. You can go and tell your boss that, look, why don't we do this like this? Why don't we do things differently? And then at the end of the day, you end up launching a new product. Entrepreneurs combine entrepreneurial and managerial talent while working within an established organization. So today you are here, tomorrow you'll get a job. You'll work within an organization. You find a culture there. You find a chain of command. But within that organization, ladies and gentlemen, do not undermine yourself. You can actually influence things. You can, your ideas can enable this organization to be different and compete with the others. And entrepreneurs are dreamers who do things. When you dream, you take action. You talk to your colleagues. You talk to your manager. We can do this. Entrepreneurs apply problem solving. They are creative. They use communication skills, and they're agents of change. And employers like entrepreneurs. So why is it even important, ladies and gentlemen, that we're talking about this? I told you, visionary employees implement entrepreneurial ideas, and today, you will not be hired if they don't see that potential in you. Companies reinvent themselves and improve their performance when they work with people like you. Organizations maintain themselves in the market. It means they will never leave the market. And also, entrepreneurs bring a breath of fresh air. But what about you, the employee? If you are an entrepreneur, you use the knowledge you've acquired to innovate. Imagine I had people say, I'm a nurse, I'm a mechanical engineer, I'm a teacher, what value are you going to bring to where you're going? Assuming you don't start your own company. What value are you going to take there? You have the opportunity to use the knowledge that you've acquired. You even have the opportunity to stand out. Don't be a number. Stand out. Be the tallest tree in the forest by choosing to be an entrepreneur wherever you're going to be. And also, as a young person, you're going to feel fresh and motivated to remain in an environment where you are doing very well. I'm going to ask you, think about a product or a service of any company that creates pain or discomfort in your daily life as a customer. Take 3 minutes and think of a solution that is going to address this problem.
To us, as a group, the service is national water. I'm sure most of us have been faced with the challenge of national water, whereby water can go like for a week. So, as a group, we thought of a solution. We can use the local water sources, for example, the boreholes, the wells, to solve that problem of national water.
Yes, thank you. For us, we identified a problem with the real estate sector of Uganda. You go to buy a plot, someone else buys the same plot, and tomorrow someone else will buy your plot. So they want to tell you, if you don't enter your land today, tomorrow it is not yours. We want to work with the land land commission, to have, first of all, information delivered to people. They know their rights, first of all. Then they should know which tenure they are on. And then we register all the land in Uganda, regardless of whether you have the title or not. We first of all register it. So we want to work with the land board as well. We suggest our things of registering all the land. So we know that I'm buying from the right person by just using my phone, that this is the right Chibanja or the title. Thank you.
Okay, thank you. We clap for ourselves. Because of time, we're not going to go to every table, but I want to tell you that this is the kind of exercise that you are supposed to go through when you're hired in an organization. What are the characteristics of intrapreneurs? One, they are visionary, always looking to do things better. They anticipate the future. What are the future needs of our customers going to be? And they always make suggestions to their members, team members, and management. They search for new opportunities. What else can we do in this organization and create value? Entrepreneurs understand both the internal and external environment of an organization. First of all, understand how do things work here. Understand the internal. So that if you have your idea, you even know how to push it across. Externally, understand the environment. Who is competing with your organization? Entrepreneurs are highly committed in their work. They are sincere. They are consistent. And also, entrepreneurs don't shine alone. They shine with other people. You're going to have to work with everybody else because everybody has something unique about them. Entrepreneurs possess negotiating skills. In an organization, resources are scarce. When you join these organizations, you find budgets allocated to different departments. You have to fight to get some of that money so that you can use it to build your idea and therefore build the organization. You must negotiate. You must communicate well. You must be able to take risk the company resources, and then, of course, you'll work under pressure. How do you become an entrepreneur? Be creative. Join the dots differently. I hope you always remember that. Be a visionary, willing to change the status quo. Always ask, how can I do things better? Be unique and be different. Know the external and internal environment. Benchmark against the competition. Have passion. Develop leadership abilities. You must be a leader because you cannot bring people to your side if you're not a leader, if you can't inspire them, if you can't influence them. And then lastly, you must build a professional support network. I told you, you are not going to do it alone. So, where do we go from here? You can become an entrepreneur. You can identify a problem, solve that problem, but as you solve the problem, be different. But I must warn you that not everybody will become an entrepreneur. In Uganda, the total entrepreneurial activity is 33%. Out of every 10 people, 3 are likely to start a business. Where will the rest go? The rest will go to an organization and they can become an entrepreneur within that organization. It is going to be very dangerous if you are neither an entrepreneur or intrapreneur. What will you be? You will just be a number. Whether you choose to be an entrepreneur or intrapreneur, please stick to plan A. Do not have a plan B, okay? If you choose to be whatever you're going to become, wherever you're going to be, after here, please, ladies and gentlemen, no plan B. Thank you. I would like to stop here.
Enhancing the scholar's potential to transition to meaningful and dignified engagement.